Hey, my friends, I'm here in black and white to give you the news. The news right now is COMPUTEX for days. All the manufacturers are gathered in Taipei to go over all their new designs, new hardware, new tech, and that's exciting. The biggest thing going on right now at COMPUTEX is AMD. AMD had their keynote just the other day. The keynote was pretty much an announcement of a full ecosystem of new hardware, including CPUs, chipsets or motherboards, graphics cards. And this ecosystem all is integrated and works together, which is very exciting. So we'll go over this one piece at a time. The first piece is their CPU. Their CPU, which sometimes is called Zen 2 because that's the architecture, is called Ryzen 3000. Ryzen 3000 is a full series of processors that are 7 nanometers. These are the first desktop CPUs at 7 nanometer. This means that they're going to be cooler than anything that Intel can put out right now until they get down in nanometer size. They're going to be faster. In fact, during the teaser, they told us that the IPC increase on average is 15% over their last generation processors. That means a performance increase at the same gigahertz. On top of that, their gigahertz are faster on each processor, which means that they should be able to at least keep up, if not leapfrog Intel in performance once these launch on 7/7 of 19. On top of that, they've announced a 12-core part. That means on a desktop platform, they have surpassed Intel's 8 cores and gone with 12 as their top of the line for right now. They haven't even announced their 16-core version yet, which is coming later. Crazy amounts of cores on a desktop platform. This is a first ever. You used to have to go to high-end desktop, HEDT, to get that many cores. And there were pluses and minuses to HEDT, including cost. And something even more exciting is that AMD's partners are excited. I mean, partners such as Asus have announced 30 different motherboards for X570, their new chipset. That's insane. Unless Asus really thought that this processor was going to be amazing and the must-have processor, they would not spend the time or the cost to come up with 30 different motherboards to support this processor. Even the next PlayStation 5, and the next Xbox codenamed Scarlet, is going to be using this new ecosystem. This shows that AMD has shown that this new ecosystem is going to be the go-to for the next generation and generations to come. So let's talk X570 quick. X570 is going to be the main chipset that supports the Ryzen 3000 series. And the main reason it's important is that it's bringing PCI Express version 4 with it. PCI Express version 4 is not important yet, as graphics cards have not exceeded PCI Express version 3's bandwidth yet. However, storage has. Current M.2 drives, such as Samsung's Evo 970 Plus, is able to do 3.5 gigabytes per second in transfer speeds. However, PCI Express version 4 is going to allow us to make faster SSDs. We already have announcements of 5 gigabytes per second NVMe PCI Express version 4 SSDs on M.2. That means that we're going to get much faster load times. In fact, AMD is already working on RAID support, which will allow us to stripe multiple M.2s together for even increased performance. Gigabyte already has a prototype card where you'll be able to put 4 M.2 drives into it with a fan for active cooling out the back of the PC. The M.2 drives, when striped together, can do at least 15 gigabytes per second. Let's talk about AMD's new graphics cards. These new graphics cards are going to be PCI Express version 4. However, they're not going to be able to take advantage of that extra bandwidth, as we haven't even exceeded PCI Express version 3's bandwidth. What is important, though, is they're going to be GDDR6 memory. With the old architecture on the old graphics cards, they had to use HBM memory in order to have the performance they wanted. What the problem was is that HBM memory, after they designed it, was too expensive to use. So many partners didn't even make cards, and the ones that did didn't do any custom designs. And so series before were harder to find, more expensive than they should have been, etc. Now with this design, with GDDR6, they'll be on the same playing field with NVIDIA. And any issues with that type of memory will be an issue for both of the brands, which will keep things competitive. As well, we know that this architecture is going to be amazing as, again, the partners are backing up behind it, including the PlayStation 5, the next Xbox, Xbox Scarlet, and even Google Stadia is going to be using these graphics cards for their online platform. Now, as far as the teaser, we can't, again, assess performance yet. However, we are expecting 2 variants of the new RX series. And these variants should compete with NVIDIA's 2060 and 2070 series. We're going to have to look at price for performance because these cards will not support ray tracing or DLSS features that NVIDIA has as an advantage. And that covers most of the AMD stuff for right now, guys. I will be doing more coverage of COMPUTEX 2019's new tech. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And I'll see you guys in the next one.